Let's freaking go. What the heck was that? Brian Kelly is about to get eviscerated by me right now. What is he doing? Not deferring to the second half. Why do we do this opening kickoff? Doing it with Jaden Daniels, who is an automatic 7 points, but not with Garrett Nussmeier, who, for the most part, outside of that final interception and a few other misses in his first ever start, was fine. He wasn't elite. Um, there's a few people melting down in my Discord. Garrett Nussmeier's performance. I thought he was fine in the first half. He made some really good plays, but he also made some mistakes that you would normally expect a quarterback to make in his very first start. So I thought Garrett was fine overall, but Brian Kelly, what the heck? Why in the world would you take the opening kickoff? And then why would you kneel down at the end of half? Right? I understand that there was only like 15 or so seconds left, but you're down by 7. You've got to take advantage of as many possessions as you possibly can. Maybe you get a field goal, maybe you get a penalty, maybe you get a chance at a Hail Mary or something. I don't know. I would have tried to hand off something. Um, I did not like Brian Kelly's management decisions in the first half. Also, Matt House's defense stinks. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks again. It's inexcusable, some of the things that he has done to this defense. And he didn't have his worst half. I know that that sounds crazy, making Tanner Mordecai look like Tom freaking Brady back there. But no, this isn't even a top 5 Matt House worst defensive half performance. He actually put some guys in positions to make plays. He actually called some creative blitzes. He actually played freaking Whit Weeks. But the truth is, we also need to go out there and make some freaking plays as well. The first deep touchdown, Ashton Stamps, you had a chance to make a play. You didn't make a play. The deep touchdown that they called back for a holding penalty. Sage Ryan has a chance to make a play, doesn't make a play. With Weeks, untouched, into the backfield's got a chance to make a play, doesn't make a play. And honestly, our defensive line is just getting mollywopped, right? Just freaking getting mollywopped. We can't get off blocks to save our freaking life. You know that feeling. Do you know this feeling? And I think each and every one of you are going to feel this. Okay. You know that feeling right when you attach Velcro? It's kind of like a weird feeling. All right. It makes that noise that kind of scratches your ears and it just kind of latches. And there's no movement unless you really got to you got to really put something in it, right? Whenever you put Velcro together. Their offensive line is Velcroing our defensive line. We can't get off blocks. We can't get off blocks. All right. We fire off high. Our pad level is consistently terrible. We run ourselves out of plays. Hit the QB late. I thought that was a little weak, but whatever. We can't get off blocks. We haven't been able to get off blocks. Our edge defenders still don't know what their jobs are. Okay. But that's all the negative. Let's talk about the positive. Caleb Jackson, good runs. Noah Kane, I thought, did some really good stuff. Harold freaking Perkins, are you freaking kidding me? Are we living in a world where Joe Sloan knows how to use Harold Perkins better than Matt House? I don't know. But that was a really, really, really good little wrinkle. And that was actually a ridiculous run by Harold Perkins because he got hit in the backfield, unblocked player, and he was still able to score. Okay. So obviously a rough-ish half for BTJ, the fumble, and he stepped out of bounds on that very first drive. Malik had a really good half, as you would expect. Kyron Lacey also had a really good half, and Kyron's half should have even been better. And then, of course, the guy who had the best half was Mason Taylor, and the LSU offensive line has been great outside of Charles Turner having an absolutely awful half. Charles Turner was abysmal in this first half, but all your offensive linemen, for the most part, were pretty good. Okay? Now, I'm going to get to all your comments. We're going to try to get as many comments as we possibly can. I am just fed up. I am just fed up. And Charles Turner has been a really good player, but he has struggled away from home. Okay. The Missouri game, he got hurt. Can't really blame him for that. Alabama game, he was tough. Not so great. Florida State game, not so great. And in this game, false starts, getting blown up. It's just not been good. So let's get to as many supers and as many questions as we possibly can. Giving out a Jaden Daniels print in the post game show. Let's go to Tony. Very slow start, but Nuss hasn't played much either, so he's getting used to his guys. Our defense is awful, and we should have thrown a bomb on that last play. Totally agree. Now, if you were getting the ball first to start the second half, or if you were up by 7, I get not doing anything, right? But you've got to do something. You've got to do something. It is 2024. This is supposed to be my year. This is supposed to be my year. Fireman House. Huh? 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 Um, yeah, Major Burns was bad again. Let's go to Jesse here. What do I think about the first half play calling? Good. We've got to scrap the 14 personnel. It's bullshit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right. In short yardage situations, we've got to scrap the 14 personnel, which is 1 running back, 4 tight ends. It's not worked. Mike Dimbrock almost gave me a stroke during the Missouri game when we went 14 personnel on the final drive of the game, and we almost lost the game, okay, because of that decision. And the true thing that really bothers me is we continue to think it's going to work. Why do we run 14 personnel when the tight ends are a true freshman? The other one is a 2-star transfer from JUCO in California. You take Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. off the field. That's what the defense wants you to do. If I were to go to Wisconsin and say, hey, on this very important play, what we're going to do is take the 2 best players that we suited up today. We're going to take them off the field and make ourselves more predictable and run a zone play to the left where Charles Turner has to block a 3 tech from the center position, and he gets blown up, and he actually tackled our own guy. So I'm actually going to defend Charles Turner a little bit on that 4th and short because he's got no shot. Okay, he's got no shot. You still don't need to get blown up that far back into the backfield. Okay, so once again, the halftime shows go by quick. So if you do super chat, I'll go straight to it. If I don't get to your comment, it's not that I don't like you. It might be because your breath stinks because you didn't brush your teeth after your New Year's party yesterday. Whoever you are, go brush your damn teeth. You know that breath is nasty. But if you want to get your question in, please super chat. Don't forget, we do have a post game show right after this game is over, and I am unfreaking leashing on this coaching staff. I don't freaking care if I get blowback for it, okay? Because Brian Kelly, this can't happen. This what happened in this first half can't happen. It can't. We cannot allow this to happen. You can't get paid $10 million a year for this to continue to happen. And I love people in the building that I know. And I love people on this team that play. And I love Brian Kelly. I do. But you should never receive the opening kickoff unless your quarterback is Jaden Daniels. Okay? Unless your quarterback is Jaden Daniels. Okay? Shout out to Simper. We got some really cool things coming up with Simper. You know, I hopped on a call this week. Really excited about that. Why are we not stressing their DBs deep? Wisconsin's taking more shots downfield than the number 1 offense. This is a very good question, some guy. And you're not some guy. Like, you're working out, man. I need to get on your level. Some guy, I got to be honest. I've gained the most weight I've ever gained in my life. Okay. Wisconsin's DBs are playing a lot of quarters and a lot of inverted 3 high coverages. Okay. So basically, their DBs are playing back. There are no deep shots there. What Wisconsin, and Luke Fickell is a really good coach who has coached against Brian Kelly plenty of times. And to be honest, Luke Fickell has had his number. He has brutally outcoached Brian Kelly a few times now. It's just the truth. That's not I wish that wasn't the case because Brian Kelly flipped a five-star yesterday. He has done some really good things. He has coached, for the most part, really good. But the truth is, Luke had a great game plan. He said, "Look, I'm going to force a quarterback who has a tendency to make mistakes to methodically move the football up the field. And I'm going to give him everything short, but nothing deep." And what have we seen in the first half? Garrett Nussmeier made an interception, and also Garrett Nussmeier's missed some open things short. Okay. He was going to trust his offense to go out there and win the game. This game plan from him is brilliant. There are no deep shots. There weren't any in this game open, at least from what I've seen. I don't have the all 22. I also, I'm also looking at the same game you're looking at. Maybe there is a deep shot here or there that they wanna throw, but here's the thing, Luke Fickell is smarter than me, and he said, "Look, I know Garrett Nussmeier likes to throw it deep. I know their defense sucks, so why not make them have to move the football up the field and make them have to make self-inflicted mistakes?" And let's be honest, BTJ had a tough half. He made a few self-inflicted mistakes. So let's keep it going. Carvis with the super, very disappointing in the defense, no pressure. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's and Carvis, you've seen it as well. Carvis is a big trench guy. We can't get off blocks, y'all. We just cannot get off blocks. And a lot of that is coaching. It really is. You know, it's 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 honestly, I wish I can tell you something else, right? We don't do a good job. Think about it. Once again, it's like Velcro. Once they latch on, they get you. You're in a phone booth with the other team's offensive lineman. You would think that they're Orlando freaking Pace, Willie Roaf, Anthony Weird Finger Munoz. Okay, we are sucking right now defensively, but honestly we just can't get off blocks. Okay, all right. Yeah, Rio, I thought so, but it wasn't a good throw. Garrett can't make that throw. I understand it's a two-minute drill, but still, that kinda sucks, that two-minute drill. One thing is Jayden is elite at the two-minute drill. He is the best two-minute drill quarterback I've ever seen at LSU. Um, he just is. I mean, the dude is just absolutely ridiculous in that one area. I mean, he's ridiculous in every area, but, um, we have just dominated that time, and Wisconsin's winning this middle 8. They got a touchdown at the end to take the lead, and they're gonna get the football first to start the second half. So, essentially, even with being aggressive and going for it on 4th down, they gained an extra possession on us. So, that's on BTJ. So, once again, BTJ didn't have the best half. He didn't have a bad half, but it wasn't his best, okay? The fumble, that we got bailed out with on the penalty, and then, of course, that, okay? So, like we always do at halftime, we'll take a look at the first half stats. This was brought to you by no one, but it could be you. Uh, so here we go. Total yards, 232 to 291, and time of possession, 1702 to 1258. So we won the time of possession battle, not necessarily the best thing. Average yards per play, look at this difference. 8.8, LSU 5.8. So just for reference, this year LSU has not had a game where they have had less than 7 yards per play, which is really high. I think that would be a record if this would be LSU's first game without that high of a yard per play total. Okay, so there you go. Um, let's see. Let's get to Malik's numbers if you have Malik questions. I like to see Caleb Jackson get some more touches. I thought Noah Kane did some good things though when he got into the game. Malik Neighbors 3 for 23. I thought he had a really good half, Malik. But what else is new? They are really drawing a lot of coverage to him, and a good thing is he does have the record. And at this point, we need to see more Malik and BTJ. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Um, we also gave a lot of reps to Aaron Anderson in the first half, and we really didn't do a whole lot with him. Um, He struggled getting open. He got clamped. Also, something else, and you'll see this in the film study. So for those that don't know, I actually cut the film study while the game is going on to speed up the process. Um, and advertising works, by the way. I've drank an obscene amount of Dr. Pepper lately. I mean, once I started drinking these Dr. Peppers, I started just walking around, like, throwing things at people like this. Now, if you got that joke, you're my kinda guy. But the truth here is, uh, Malik has been phenomenal. Again, I mean, it's uncanny how good he is at football, okay? Thank you. You see, Grant's my guy. Grant and I are really good friends. So he got it. I look, a lot of you got the I, I'm telling you, I my wife asked me, "Hey, when we have a kid, what is gonna be the first name of our child?" And I said, "It's gonna be Fansville, Fansville Bryant." And that could be for any gender. Uh, Fansville Bryant. His or her nickname's gonna be Fansville. Let's go. Um, yeah, BT, I know you're a big AA guy. Yeah, it does seem to me. Alright, and this is why I like Xavion Thomas coming out more than I like Darren Anderson. We'll see what Xavion can do next season. It seems like Xavion just has a little bit more nuance and explosion in his game. They are very similar players, and honestly, when I evaluated both of them coming out, it was n I never once thought that Aaron Anderson was better than him, alright? And I have a bunch of receipts, regarding that. It's not revisionist history by any stretch of the imagination. Xavion's gonna add so much explosion to our offense, and I can't wait to see him because, you know, we're losing Malik and BTJ. We need someone to step in and then be that guy. One guy I would like to see in the second half, okay, why not throw Shelton Sampson out there? Why not? Okay? Um, but at this point, you just gotta roll with the you do just need to roll with your stars. This needs to be a Malik, BTJ, Kyron, Mason Taylor game. Of course, you would like to play some younger guys, uh, but that's where we are right now, okay? So, there you go. Trey Holly got a carry. Um, I was a little shocked to see Trey Holly get a carry before Caleb Jackson got a carry. Um, this is why I like so Brian's a classmate of mine, and he's very sharp, and, we almost got to hang out in New York, a long time ago. I was doing stand-up, and you actually got engaged. I remember this. Uh, yeah, that's kinda strange. LSU and their special team substitutions have always just kinda been I don't know. Caleb Jackson should be the kickoff returner. Next year, it will be Xavion Thomas, but Caleb should be the kickoff returner, okay? Javen Nichols is a walk-on, alright? And I don't know what he was doing. I really, really, really don't. And that actually ended up hurting us, because obviously we methodically drove the football down the field, and play script stayed the same the first 10 or 15 plays, we would have been in theory, in field goal-ish kind of range if we had the football to start at the 25 instead of backed up in our own territory. So, field goal-ish or go for it range, that was costly field position, okay? Um, Gorilla, there's that's all I do, okay? Obviously, I do some baseball and I do some women's, basketball, and obviously we'll do some men's basketball and all the other sports, but I'm LSU football all the time, man. And, don't forget, please go subscribe to Power Hour SEC. Um, Let's go to Carl the Cat. This audition for OC isn't going well, in my opinion. Strongly disagree. I think Joe's been fine. Um, I think he's been good enough to be the OC next season with what we're doing in recruiting. I think it would be I think it'd be a little and we'll talk more about this in the post game. Obviously, it's gonna come down to how the second half plays out. I thought Joe did a really good job of not calling runs on first down. It drives me crazy when I see people run the football on first. It's the worst down to run the football. And this is I wish actually, I could go print this on shirts. People run too much on first and throw too much on third. If I was an OC, I would run a lot more on third and longs and third and mediums, and I would pass more on first downs. I know that doesn't make sense, but if you watch my film studies, you will be radicalized to that line of thinking. Top super chatters so far, Tony and Carvis, and don't forget, y'all, we do have a post-game show coming up, okay? Um, let's see here. I kinda got through crazy news last night. Kinda wanna tell you guys, uh, this is the post-game chat live stream. Please go hit the like and set reminder. First half statistics, once again, 291 yards to our 232, okay? Now, if if we get a $20 super chat, I will do the first 2 drives of this second half, alright? And I'll give you my full commentary, what I'm thinking about during, the game. Very happy New Year to my bestie for the resty, Sherry Berry. That is a crazy, household. She is married to a Bama fan. So and this game, that's crazy. It goes, back to back. Alright. So we'll do the first drive here. Obviously, LSU's on defense. But if we get a $20 super chat, we'll do Garrett Nussmeier's first drive as well. Sherry Berry's my homie. She is going to be going through it today. The main reason I want LSU to win is I don't want LSU to lose, obviously, but there's nothing worse than LSU losing and Bama winning on the same day. There's nothing worse, okay? I would rather drink battery acid, than that happen. Okay, that's just I mean, simple RPO stuff. Let's just sit and let them play pitch and catch, okay? And Sibley's Texas Longhorns are playing tonight. Sibley, are you in New Orleans? Let me know. I'll text you my pop's number. Y'all can chill. My dad and I have gone to so many Sugar Bowls together. Okay, so this is Counter GT, and it's another nice game. That's a good fill. Who was at that field right there? How's Toviano that filled on that Counter GT? Alright. Look at that. That's a good fill job. Who was that? Let me see. I can't rewind on my little phone stream. So, we lost some minimum there. Could someone tell me who filled right there? That was a really good tackle. Um, good. We want them doing that. That's good defense. God, what could someone tell me if Toviano was on that fill, on that tackle, and then he has really good coverage right there? Doesn't make any sense that he wasn't playing earlier in the season, okay? Alright, so 3rd and 4. Let's see here. Alright, lots of pre-snap motion. Let's see. We don't bring any pressure. Good stuff, Mason. Alright? Alright. Mm. Just can't just can't get home, you know? God, it's tough, man. We're just not making plays. Alright, don't lose contain. Don't lose contain. Good job, Jackson Howard. Good job. Want to get a little bit of a coverage play right here on 1st and 10. Um, Decent pressure. You'll see if you get a replay here. Um, LSU did a really good job right there. If you're not getting pressure, keep your lane integrity. And one of the worst things you could do as a pass rusher is run past the quarterback. That was a really good rep right there. Okay. And the coverage is just really good. Good job, Kirk. Oh no. Somebody was open. I don't know why he didn't throw that. Sage was beat. Okay. Run. Yeah, it's a lot of yards right there. Oh, I think Davian Jones just got flattened. It's just been a tough, tough year for him. Okay, somebody's hurt there. Um, Let me see. I think he got flattened pretty bad right there. Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's tough. I still don't get this. Okay. Um, I'll show it to you really quickly. All right. Like this right here. All right. I'll put it on the screen for you. Yeah, I'm about to start cursing. I can't help it, man. I try to keep my language as clean as I possibly can, and I am for the most part clean. Okay, but this stuff just pisses me off, man. Like this has not been working, and it's also pissed me off because I can't freaking get the screenshot. I'll be able to. No, I don't want to do that because that could get me shut down. Don't want that. Okay, so let's try this again. I want to show you what's driving me nuts. Okay. All right. So you notice, I want you to focus really at the center of the screen. Look at our defensive alignment. Okay. This looks like a variation of a tight front, but I mean, this isn't a light box in terms of math because you could see that we have one, two, three guys up front and two second level defenders to the to both sides. So this is in theory a seven-ish man box, but we have an edge player backpedaling off this motion, and and they ran for an easy 7 yards. But I don't understand the defensive alignment here. I mean, it just makes no sense to me. And the funny thing here is Wingo actually made this tackle on this play. Um, so they run another play. I wasn't even paying attention. All right, get the 1st and 10. My God, dude, what the? What? Um, mm, mm. I can't. I'll see.